Good afternoon. I call this meeting of the Michigan Public Service Commission to order on February 6, 2020 at 1:30 p.m. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Chairman Talberg,
Present?
Commissioner Scripps,
Present.
Commissioner Phillips.
Present.
Madam Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you. First up, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Madam Chair, I move approval of today's agenda. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The agenda is approved. Next up, is there a motion on the meeting minutes?
Madam Chair, I move approval of the minutes of the regular commission meeting of January 23rd, 2020.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The meeting minutes are approved. Next up, item number 3, we have consideration of the amendment to our bylaws.
Madam Chair, I move to amend the proposed amendment to the bylaws as submitted for consideration at our January 23rd, 2020 regular meeting by adding the words income and military status to Article 6.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The amendment is approved.
Madam Chair, I now move to approve the proposed amendment to the bylaws as submitted with today's approved amendment with an immediate effective date.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'm glad so the new bylaws are approved, and I'm glad you worked out those details.
Thank you.
The procedure to get there. And again, just really delighted to see us update this, including the non-discrimination statement and the other changes that are going to help increase our accessibility with the public. All right, item number 4, approval of orders on the consent agenda. Today, the commission is assisted by Blair Renfro, our attorney, and staff.
Good afternoon. Today's consent agenda consists of 4 communication matters, 4 electric matters, and 2 gas matters. The proposed orders for each of these matters have been thoroughly vetted by the Commission's technical and legal staff and are ready for your approval.
Madam Chair, I move approval of the orders on today's consent agenda.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The orders are approved.
Item 5A1 is case number U-20350, which involves an application by Upper Peninsula Power Company for approval of its integrated resource plan pursuant to MCL 460.6T and for other relief. Staff member Naomi Simpson is here to describe this order.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chairman Talberg, Commissioner Scripps, and Commissioner Phillips. My name is Naomi Simpson. I'm the manager of the Generation and Certificate of Need section in the Electric Resources Division. In 2016, the governor signed PA 341 into law. It required all rate-regulated utilities to submit an integrated resource plan, an IRP, for the Michigan Public Service Commission to review and approve. An IRP is developed by an electric utility and outlines its future resource strategy, i.e., how the electric utility will provide reliable, cost-effective electric service to its customers while addressing the risks and uncertainties inherent in the electric utility business. On February 12, 2019, Upper Peninsula Power Company, UPCO, filed its IRP and proposed course of action in case number U-20350. On December 6, 2019, the Commission recommended changes to UPCO's IRP. Following the order, multiple parties filed comments. On January 8, 2020, UPCO filed the revised IRP. On January 21, 2020, UPCO filed a settlement agreement. The order before you today approves the settlement agreement between Upper Peninsula Power Company, the Michigan Department of Attorney General, MPSC staff, Citizens Against Rate Excess, and Circle Power, LLC. The Association of Businesses Advocating Tariff Equity and Verso Corporation both filed statements of non-objection. Under this settlement agreement, UPCO may receive a financial compensation mechanism for its solar power purchase agreement. Additionally, it will pursue 2 10-year renewable energy power purchase agreements with Circle Power, LLC. Finally, UPCO suspends its RICE unit proposal pending further analysis to be filed in its 120-day update that will be filed in June of this year. UPCO will file its next IRP by December 6, 2024.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I move approval of the order in case U-20350.
Second.
Just a couple comments. So first of all, I appreciate the leadership by staff, Naomi in particular, with your team and other parts within the Energy Resources Division to study these issues, develop the framework for the IRPs, but in particular, really drill down on what the needs are and the opportunities for UPCO's service area. And I also just want to acknowledge the willingness of UPCO and the other parties to come together and reach common ground on this. I think it's a good resolution in the end and am supportive of the settlement. So thank you again throughout this whole effort to implement these integrated resource plan cases. Sarah, you're up next, I think, with with an additional case. So just appreciate your efforts. All right, with that, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The order is approved.
Item 5A2 is case number U-20599, which involves an application by Northern States Power Company seeking approval of its integrated resource plan pursuant to MCL 460.6T. Staff member Sarah Molkoff is here to describe this order.
Good afternoon, Chairman Talberg, Commissioners Scripps and Phillips. My name is Sarah Molkoff. I work in the Generation and Certificate of Need section in the Energy Resources Division. Northern States Power Wisconsin, a wholly owned subsidiary of Xcel Energy, filed an application seeking approval for its integrated resource plan under MCL 460.6T. NSPW, with its sister company, NSP Minnesota, jointly operate a single integrated electric system throughout the upper Midwest 5-state region. Since NSPM is subject to an IRP filing requirement in Minnesota, the same IRP was submitted across both jurisdictions. The total system IRP is consistent with multi-state filing requirements, which allow, quote, an electric utility providing electric tariff service to customers in both this state and at least one other state may design its integrated resource plan to cover all its customers on that multi-state basis. The settlement agreement before you discusses terms mutually agreed on between parties. 1, the Commission should accept NSPW's IRP filing for compliance purposes as a multi-state filing. 2, while there is no pre-approval for cost in this proceeding, cost recovery approval as needed will be addressed in other ongoing proceedings. 3, NSPW does not object to a graduated increase in energy waste reduction savings goals to be achieved by the state administrator of up to 1.5% by 2021, and program design and costs for achieving any increase in EWR savings goals by the state administrator will be resolved in the current EWR filing. 4th, NSPW will continue to evaluate the costs and benefits of demand response for Michigan customers. 5th, NSPW will engage in the My Power Grid initiative, specifically related to distribution planning process. 6, NSPW will provide notice to the MPSC staff upon a final order from the Minnesota PUC and file an update with the Michigan Commission in this docket. Finally, in its next proceeding, NSPW commits to provide a jurisdictional summary that provides specific impacts to its Michigan service territory, conduct stakeholder engagement that is a reasonable driving distance to its Michigan customers, evaluate new modeling software, and finally, file its next IRP within 5 years while coordinating with Minnesota on exact and appropriate timing.
Madam Chair, I move approval of the order in case U-20599.
Second.
And Commissioner Scripps.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With this order, combined with the UPCO order that we just approved and the UMERC order that we approved earlier, I think that we are done with the first round of IRPs for the Upper Peninsula under the 2016 energy laws. Each of these cases ultimately resulted in settlements. And I just want to note that this commission continues to keep a sharp focus on energy issues in the UP as we look at the future energy mix and the full evaluation of cost-effective options. I expect many of these issues will be addressed in year 2 of the Upper Peninsula Energy Task Force and will continue to be front of mind for the commission and staff. And I just want to thank all the parties, our staff, the utilities, the Citizens Against Rate Excess and Abate, and some of the other interveners for their work on these cases as we sort of turn the page on the first round and look to the future in the UP.
Thank you. And thank you for your leadership on the Governor's UP Energy Task Force and staying focused on those issues. It's been excellent. All right, with that, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, the order is approved. Thanks, Sarah.
Item 5A3 is case number U-20611, which involves an ex parte application filed by DTE Electric Company to amend its outdoor protective lighting rate schedule D9. The order before you approves the application.
Madam Chair, I move approval of the order in U-20611.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, the order is approved.
Item 5A4 is case number U-20699, which involves an application by Consumers Energy Company requesting commission approval of a one-time voluntary gain sharing with the company's customers and authorization to implement accounting procedures as set forth in the application consistent with the gain sharing. The order before you sets a public comment period.
Madam Chair, I move approval of the order in case U-20699.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, the order is approved. And then item number 6, we have public comments. Anyone seeking to address the commission should come forward. Seeing no one, just a couple of announcements. I wanted to mention that there is a new issue brief that will be available on the commission's website in conjunction with the UPCO Integrated Resource Plan settlement. So that's available. I know there's interest among policymakers and the general public on that case. Also, we have available an updated fact sheet that summarizes the avoided cost methodologies under the Public Utility Regulatory Policies Act for all the utilities regulated by the commission. Those are now, with the UPCO case being concluded today, we've kind of completed that first round of setting avoided costs for utilities. And then our next commission meeting is February 20th at 1:30 p.m. And that concludes today's meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The meeting is adjourned.